Hello, hello, hello. What's up tonight, everyone? Welcome, welcome, welcome. How's it going, everyone? Good to see you, good to see you. Our chat's a bit short tonight. Let's see if we can make that a bit longer. Pretty good. What's up, everyone? Roll C, Suddenly Pandas. We have a new subscriber. Well, not really new. 5 months in a row for Unseen Spectre. Hoping for the 5-0 for the 5 months. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. And the Great Germ, 5 months in a row as well. Thank you, the Great Germ, says to start the stream tonight. Well, that is a great way to start off the stream with some subs. Big scoops here for you as well. What's up, everyone? Ophis, Jay Zoller, Blazing Nest, another one already. Okay, Mr. Panda, 5 months for you as well. Thanks for the vids and the content. Keep it up. Well, I plan to, and thank you so much for the subscription. Hi, yeah, we got the sub train going right off the bat. So what's going on, everyone? Scratched, Blazing Nest, Unseen Spectre, MTG Bot, of course, Wintermaster, 5 months in a row, keeping the train rolling. Back in the fishbowl. Big scoops here for you as well. Missed the podcast. What's my opinion on the current standard and no bans? Oh my goodness. Don't get me started on current standard. Cactus Jack, 2 months in a row, 5 subs in the first minute of the stream. Thank you so much, everyone. Says, just finished Mono Green Devotion playlist. Green Mage's heart skipped a beat with those 2 puns. Oh, yeah. Well, welcome back to the Fishbowl. Big scoops here. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, those puns were super brutal. I mentioned them on the stream last week, that there were some big puns incoming. And, yeah. Whew. Those were good. I mean, if I had done one of those puns, the Arbiter pun, I punt to Arbiter semi-frequently. If I had to pick the card that I punt against most in Modern, that might be on the list and near the top of the list, but to immediately punt a second time, the funny thing is, looking back over those punts, the first one was really a double punt because our opponent could have activated the Smuggler's Copter the first time and fizzled it, but they didn't, and if they had activated the first time, the second punt probably would have been avoided because I wouldn't have targeted the Smuggler's Copter. So our opponent, baited us into the second punt by punting themselves on the first punt. Crimson Crime in Stereo, 3 months in a row, another sub. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. Yeah, Seasons Fog. Pay no attention. Pay no attention to that. Just something I'm messing around with. I actually think that fog decks are really well positioned in our current horrible standard. Nip Biscuit. Oh, welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. Yeah, so we'll definitely talk standard as we go along tonight. It was a weird one. The bannings were definitely surprising. Diva Shishno, welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. So many subs tonight, everyone. Thank you so much. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. Yes, we're playing standard this week, for better or worse. Hey, awesome, Die the Shisno. Welcome. Always awesome to have first-time subs. Thanks for hanging out. Do we know who won the Modern Masters box? I think it ends 2 days after the set release, which would be this Sunday. So we don't know yet. Did I see the Ethermore deck tweet at you the other day? I was going to email you, but I didn't know your email. Shady Shrek, I did see it. Did I not respond? I should have responded. Also, if you need my email, saffronolive@mtggoldfish.com. Yeah, the bannings, lack of bannings, interesting. We'll talk about it as we go along tonight. I don't think we're just gonna, because if I get started talking about it, I'll just talk about it for like a half hour when we should be playing Magic. So we'll get into the stream first, and then as we're going along, we'll talk about it. Yes, we'll break down the deck. Let's do thoughts on teachings in Torrential Gearhulk control in Modern. Seems super sweet. I was actually just messing around trying to build something like that for budget Magic. So I think it's a really cool idea. I think Torrential Gearhulk is underrated in Modern at the moment. I think it's better than most people think. So I'm hoping so too, Obsidian Raven. That would be sweet. Yeah, I need jank at mtggoldfish.com. I'll have to get that email locked down. Professor Jank. All right, let's do our reminders. And then we will talk about the deck, then we'll start playing, and we'll talk about standard and everything else. So, first off, MTG Goldfish Replay YouTube. That's where you can find all of the old streams and the stream in the future. We had some good ones recently, some pretty sweet streams. The Eldragosaurus Elves was pretty good. We played a Seance deck last week that was pretty sweet. We have had some good ones, so if you want to catch up on ones you've missed, make sure to check that out. Also, the normal YouTube, if you want to see some awesome punting, go watch the first episode of Budget Magic from this week. Holy, oh man, it was brutal. It was brutal. I don't think I've ever not posted a video because of punting, and this one was pretty close. When it was happening, I was like, I don't know about this, but I'm glad I posted it because it was pretty funny. But it was some brutal punting. Also, super sweet against the odds tomorrow. Zur the Enchanter, but with a twist. It's not what you're expecting, I don't think, with Zur. Definitely not. If you've seen, like, Esper Zur, definitely not that. We're doing something really different, but also pretty sweet and more competitive than I would have guessed. So make sure to check that out. And, of course, the merch page is where you can get t-shirts and tokens and all that sweet stuff. Playmats, playmat bags, you name it, we got it. And you can also support the stream and the site and the channel as you're doing it. So, can I give you a preview of the Seasons Fog deck? You know what? I'll show you the Seasons Fog deck because I'm not convinced that I have it right and can make it work. But I'll show you. It'll be an interesting look at a unfinished deck. So yeah, so this is the deck I was working on. This could show up in Budget Magic. It's possible. It's cheap enough that it could show up in Budget Magic. I don't feel like I have it right yet. I've only played like a game with it. I was just working on it today, but basically that's the idea. I think that fogs are really well positioned in Standard right now. All the big decks seem like they have trouble beating them. So we got the 12 fogs, couple of Dynavolt towers. I was trying to find a finisher to close out the game and decided Metallurgic Summonings actually works really well. We cast a fog, get a 2/2, get a 3/3, got the Fumigates, Glimmers, and then kind of the big payoff, Seasons Past lets us get back like Attune with Ether, Fog, Glimmer, Fumigate, something along those lines. The other sweet thing about Metallurgic Summonings is when we get to the late game, if we make enough artifacts, we can actually sack it to get all of our fogs back, which gives us like a ton more fogs to work with, which is what you want as a turbo fog deck. Crush of Tentacles, a Nissa's Renewal. These are kind of Seasons Past cards. Some number of them are good, and they're sweet to be able to get back. And then Wildest Dreams, so that's the idea. Like I said, not convinced that I'm going to be able to make it work. This is not our white-black Planeswalkers deck. People just saw the deck name there and wanted to talk about it. Tau Squared, 2 months in a row. Welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. It's pretty easy to run 3 or 4 colors in Standard. That is very true. So tonight, though, we may or may not play Seasons Fog at some point in the future. I'll see if I can make it work, get it to a point where I actually think it's functional, but that's the idea of it. Anyway, tonight we're playing some black-white Planeswalkers, and we'll see how this goes. Basically, it's pretty straightforward. Very few creatures. We have 2 Thraben Inspectors for early game chumping, couple of Gontis for no apparent reason, a bunch of different removal, Fatal Pushes, Grasp of Darkness, Blessed Alliances, a Ruinous Path, some Fumigates, and basically, we are going to, play Planeswalkers every turn is the idea. Liliana, turn 3. Turn 4, Gideon. Turn 5, Obnixilis. Turn 6, Sorin. Hopefully, that'll be enough for us to actually win the game. And that's essentially the deck. You got smashed by it? Ooh, sweet. Hey, Hey, thank you, a little cheeky. Can I explain no Westville Abbey? In this deck? I don't know. I didn't build this deck. I mean, you could play Westville Abbey. It's got 2 Blighted Fens, and maybe you don't want to go above 2 for the colorless land, so maybe they thought that Blighted Fen was better. Cupid Circle, can I get a what? Lemu? I'm so confused. What's up, Psycho Smurf? Excited to try streaming tonight after VSL. Made 4 standard decks, all for under 50 ticks. Red Black Reanimator, Brawlbird, Red Blue Artifacts, and Blue White Rise from the Tides Turbo Fog. Well, Psycho Smurf, that sounds sweet. Thank you for your subscription. If you're looking for more Magic after the stream and after VSL, you can always head over and watch Psycho Smurf play some sweet budget decks. Yeah, so that's pretty much what we got going on. Sideboard, we get gifted Etherborns for aggro, Kalitas for aggro, Midnight Oil, and Kemble, I guess, for control, Transgressamine for control, Authority of the Consuls for the Copycat combo, Quarantine Field, also, I guess, for control, and a Fragmentize. The Hyperduck, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. So that's what we're working with. Whether or not this will work, I have no idea, but we're going to give it a shot. Playing Planeswalkers every turn sounds pretty sweet. So maybe this is the 5-0 and a bunch of openings of sweet things. Yep. White Black Planeswalkers by Joshua McCray. Check out my version of Turgrified. Been throwing well at my LGS. 7-1 and 2 versus the big 3. Attune with either Fumigate, Dovin Bond. Yeah, that looks solid. How has Consulate Surveillance been for you? I've never been, for some reason I never put that card in my Turbo Fog decks, but maybe I should. It looks, deck looks sweet though. I like it. Watch so many Goldfish streams, I think in Seth's voice. Oh dear. You punt in my voice. Oh, Sandstorm 846, 2 months in a row. Hola, Poppy. Well, welcome to the stream and back to the Fishbowl. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. Console Surveillance is nice if you have lots of energy for Mechanized and Deadlock Trap. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, I can see that. Consulate Surveillance is just one source, although it's source, so it can hit non-creatures, which is an upside. Average Toaster, 5-month resubs continue. Thank you, Average Toaster. Let's give a big scoops here for our resubscriber. You called it, Average Toaster. Welcome back. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, we'll keep this. I mean, we got a Thraben Inspector, only 2 lands, but Thraben Inspector is a clue on turn 1, gets us another land, and then we have our Planeswalker curve, starting at 4, so we'll give this a shot. Also, Fatal Push is relevant against a lot of decks. That Budget Magic this week, yeah, the deck was sweet, the punt was brutal, but the deck is actually, oh my god. Well, we gotta Fatal Push something here. It was intentional. I missed a sub? Oh no. I never miss subs. Oh, Churro Master! I'm so sorry! Welcome to the Fishbowl! Big scoops cheer. I apologize, I apologize, I apologize. Welcome. Definitely. Double welcome. The Brawlburn deck feels really legit, makes Incendiary Flow, Sorcerer Seed Bowl, and Collective Defiance. 2 mana is the nuts. Ooh. That does sound pretty sweet. Collective Defiance is a really powerful card that doesn't see much play. I've changed. Opponent passes. Haha, we gotta land anyway. So, no punt, no punt. We got the land, so it's not a punt. Oh yeah, stream mode, not record mode. Okay, yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Jay Zoller, for pointing that out. We have a new subscriber. Schneckley? Wait. Schneely. Schneely, 4 months in a row. Good evening to you as well. Resubscriber, actually. Big scoops here for our resubscriber. Yeah, I like this hand. I actually like having the clue sitting out because it's going to make our fatal push a lot better. Ziggy Prime, so many subs. Thank you so much. Big scoops here for our resubscriber. Or actually not a resubscriber, new subscriber. Thank you so much. Welcome to the fishbowl. So many subs tonight. Oh, I'm not trying to forget subs. There were so many in a row. Too many subs to handle. Opponent likes this end of combat stop for some reason. One of the least relevant stops in all of Magic. Well, play a Plains. I guess we just pass, see what our opponent does, and then we can crack the clue and fatal push something. Hopefully draw a land to get us to Gideon on time. I built a modern deck with Thopter Swords with Thopter Spy Network on the top end. Ooh, that's pretty sweet. Opponent gets in with the Thopter. Saheeli Rai. Okay. Takes it up. Are we going to die here? Should I not do this? Oh, we got to do it. We got to crack the clue. This does not feel great, though. We get a land. Fatal Push, Whirler Virtuoso. The land is tapped, unfortunately. Maybe this was too greedy. Could be dead next turn. Oh, boy. This Forsaken Sanctuary. Oh, no. Well, get in there at Saheeli Rai. Tune with Ether, 4 white mana, and we're dead! I have a land destruction deck I emailed you and tweeted at you. Ooh, I like land destruction. I'll definitely have to see it. I didn't see that one somehow. I keep a stop in my end of combat phase to give me an extra buffer for the misclick. Okay, that makes sense. That's a good argument. They could not have it. I mean, they always have it, but they could not have it this time. Is there any chance that we get them? Is there any way? No. Alright. Oh boy. Well, let's talk about how standard sucks. I'm not gonna make him do it. That just seems wrong. Like, yeah, there's a chance they, like, make one too few and we get them or something, but... Yeah, maybe I should have let the clue sit there. If we had a land, I probably would have, but without the land, it feels like we really need to make progress there, but maybe that's just my greed. Well, this is not a Fragmentized matchup. Talking about greedy, Fragmentized main deck is pretty greedy. Evolving Wilds would be a good addition to this deck. You're right, I was thinking that as well when we had that Forsaken Sanctuary ruining our day. I mean, we do have a lot of answers to the combo. Maybe I should just not have sacked the clue. Maybe that's the moral of that story. We can go down the Blessed Alliances, and maybe we just go like this. I don't know about Gonti here. Really? Gonti? I guess Gonti, get Felidar Guardian, Blink Gonti is pretty sweet. My wife is interviewing candidates for jobs, and he brought up that he watched the stream she passed him through. You're kidding, really? What is this job? Is it a Magic-related job? Why Why would someone even think to say that in their interview? I mean, that's awesome. I'm just very surprised. Should we burn the midnight oil? I guess transgress. What would we take out for transgress, though? I guess flaying tendrils is bad. We might bring in a transgress over that. And maybe go down an Oath of Liliana for a transgress? Something along those lines. Teamer Emerge, eh? Oh, it's at a college? Okay. Sweet. Yeah, podcast was a lot about bannings. Ooh. Maverick Thopterus. That's spicy. You don't have I guess Pilgrim's Eye is an artifact, and Whirler Virtuoso makes them. Interesting addition. Alright, we play first. We're going to beat this deck. Okay. Not much action, but at least we get all these Forsaken Sanctuaries out of our hand. I think Fumigate's okay. It doesn't help against the combo, but it is good against... It is good against our opponent going wide with Thopters and such. Good finishers for white-black control in Modern. Various Elspeths are possibilities. Well, let's get our authority down. Gain some life. No Planeswalkers for some reason. Maverick Thopterist is pretty sweet. Planes for our opponent and Servant of the Conduit. Tapped, we gain a life. Well, that's a good Fatal Push target. Anguish Unmaking, another good answer. Well, we just got to kill this right now. Concealed Courtyard, go. Come on, Planeswalkers. We need some card advantage. Sun Titan can be good. Obsidat could be good. Rogue Refiner for our opponent. Up to 22. Come on, Gideon. Off the top. Alright, well, that's reasonable. We can't die here, so we might as well Liliana. Liliana is just basically plus and try to ultimate. With 4 creatures in our deck, not very likely we're going to be able to do anything else. Wallet Slayer Angel isn't bad. Yeah, Baneslayer can work. Played Fumigate in my Marvel deck. Ooh, that's... Oh my god! Oh my goodness, I misclicked. Oh, something's wrong with my clicking. Oh my god. I don't even know what to say anymore. That was a pretty bad click. I'm curious why no Kieran with so many Planeswalkers. I guess it just isn't necessary. Good timing, KM Davern. We were just talking about how the minus ability doesn't do anything in this deck. I mean, it's my fault. That wouldn't have happened in Paper Magic, but it is my fault. I was talking and clicking and just didn't click properly. And we're really going to pay the price. We minused our Liliana and are going to get super punished for it. I guess we milled a land. That's something. Not really, though. Oh, boy. There's the Saheeli. Takes up Saheeli. Puts a card on the bottom. We get a Swamp. Well, pass the turn. See how much value we can get out of this. Oh, boy, that was brutal. We're playing some white-black control, essentially. White-black Planeswalkers. In Standard. I guess we have the combo covered at the moment, thanks to Authority. But we don't have much going on at the moment, which is kind of bad. What's our opponent have? Chandra. Yup. Well, now we're going to have to kill Chandra. Yes, we're not going to exile our Chandra, or our authority. Well, if we lose this game, it is deserved for that punt. Well, we don't die to the combo because we have Authority of the Consuls. And we have Grasp of Darkness. So we're not really that close to dying to the combo. Alright. So, kill Chandra. Draw more lands. Pass the turn. I don't know if Saheeli's ultimate really kills us. We might die from Saheeli just ticking up a million times, but... we do have Shambling Vents. Doing well, Fuja Clodo. Except for a little bit of punting, but opponent gets in. We could use a actual threat, like a Planeswalker. Like this Liliana that's in our graveyard. Man, that had such a huge impact on the game. This would have been only dealing 1 damage, which is significantly less than 3. There should be some Planeswalkers in our deck somewhere. That's the idea. Might just seg this Blighted Fen to kill Rogue Refiner. There's Felidar Guardian. Gonna blink the Oath of Nissa. Okay. Go digging. Well, I guess we can just Fumigate. Gains us back a couple life if we don't draw a Planeswalker. Opponent gets an Ether Hub. More lands. Well, I guess it's Fumigate time. If our opponent literally has way to deal with Authority into another Felidar Guardian, they got us. I think we should Fumigate here. Well, I mean, if our opponent has Fragmentize and Felidar, then they got us. And not much we can do about it. We have so little going on, I don't think we can just keep taking damage. I don't know why our opponent's tanking on this. Tweeted a land destruction deck at me again. Land destruction is all I play in Modern and in Pauper. Ooh, that sounds pretty sweet. Land destruction's a tough sell in Standard at the moment. The decks just don't line up for it. Ooh, Goggles land destruction. That's super sweet. Another Felidar Guardian for our opponent. Gains us another life. Blanks Oath of Nissa. Lava Ball Trap. Land Destruction deck looks pretty sweet. I like it. We should have Planeswalkers in our deck somewhere. I don't know exactly where, but yes, I think so. We're not dead. Not being dead is good. This Saheeli Rai is about to ultimate. Geist Blast in land destruction. Nice. Opponent might have negate. Very possible. How good is budget land destruction in the current meta? In Modern, I think it's actually reasonable right now. We see a lot of fair mana, big mana decks. Eldrazi, Tron, even Jund and decks like that near the top of the meta right now. So in Modern, I think it's pretty good. In Standard, I don't think you can really have success with land destruction. I mean, you can win games with it if things go right, but oh my god. No Planeswalkers for us. Well, I can't complain too much. We had a Liliana. We lost to Liliana because we punted. Blood Moon definitely helps land destruction in Modern. Filthy Casual, that is the biggest problem with Ceramos, is the most budget replacement you can get is something like Simian Spirit Guide, and your fizzle rate goes through the roof. There just really isn't a real replacement for it. Can I ask Tomer to please make more budget commander decks? I will have to get on him about that. Jund Energy Aggro. That sounds sweet, Blackfire. Yeah, I guess we don't lose to a single Fragmentize now, so that's something. I don't even know if I want to Bladed Fen this Felidar Guardian. It doesn't seem all that important at the moment. It's going to be hard for them to combo off. Building 8 Wet Goblins, any new upgrades you would suggest? Yeah, Goblin Guide is a big one. Other than that, I don't think there's any real changes. Opponent. Whirler, well, now we have to sack Bladed Fen, because we're going to get Thoptered. I guess at least we gain life when our opponent makes Thopters. Oh, Dak! Dak! Well, I guess I feel a little bit better because losing that Liliana is not the reason we're losing. We're just not drawing Planeswalkers. Yeah, Tomer does like to play his broken Commander Clash decks. That is for sure. Saheeli keeps ticking up. I don't even think they have anything real to Ultimate for. They likely have at least one. Oh, what I would give for a Scumble to Temptation right now. My kingdom for a Scumble. What do I think about White-Black Death Shadow? Like the old school versions? It's cool. No one really plays them anymore, but... Oh, alright. Well, let's get our Gideon negated. Gideon, ally of Zenda. Ooh, okay. We have a Planeswalker! It happened! I mean, we're probably still gonna die, but it happened. Pass the turn. A week with no card draw in Commander Clash. Interesting. Attune with Aether, gets our opponent some energy. Are they going to kill us? Kill the Gideon? Going at the Gideon. Not. Yes. Going at us. Well, let's kill that thing. We're going to lose our Gideon. Oh, boy. There goes Gideon. Well, Gideon had Summoning Sickness, so it couldn't attack last turn. There's our Planeswalkers, finally. I guess we tick up... So there's a Planeswalker. Okay, okay. And that actually kills the Thopters? I don't even think we attack Saheeli Rai. We're just never going to get Saheeli Rai off the table. Maybe we're getting back in this after not doing anything for a long, long time. Opponent takes up Saheeli. Wanted to tweet you a cool deck from GP Barcelona. Want to hear your thoughts. Plays Olivia Mobilize for War in Eldrazi. Ooh, that sounds really sweet. Doing well, Pauper R. Bust. How are you doing? Opponent goes after us. Yep. Down to 6. And passes. Draw step stop set. Well, let's play Liliana. This time we will tick it up, kill a Thopter. What are we doing with Sorin? Alright, so chat, help me out here. Make yourselves useful. Is there any way our opponent's going to kill us with direct damage outside of like a Chandra? Is there, like, do we need to worry about getting our life total up here? Or can we just Ruinous Path Saheeli, tick up Sorin again? The problem with negativing Sorin on a Thopter is our opponent can kill the Thopter and fizzle the life gain. So we're going to pass Saheeli. The question is, can we plus Sorin here, or do we need to... Alright. Oh, man. MP3 Chaos. 2 months in a row. Keep up the streams. Go Goldfish. Well, welcome back to the Fishbowl. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. Yeah. So that's a problem. They kill it in response. Oh, dear. What do we do? We're going to tick up. We're gonna live dangerously. See what we get here. Alright, Shambling Vent's good. Assuming we keep living. Kill Saheeli. Attack our opponent. They also can't really play creatures without gaining us a ton of life. Alright, they did have the harness. Well, we're kinda, sorta in this game at the moment somehow. Gobble1, welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. Alright, Rogue Refiner draws our opponent some cards. Oath of Nissa goes digging for our opponent. This is all gaining us life, though. Alright, Saheeli Rive for our opponent. Found another one and scooped it. Wow! Oh my goodness, we won that game. Oh, we did not get punished for that punt. We did nothing for a million turds. Then we played 2 Planeswalkers and won. What? What happened? How do we do that? Oh, wow. Okay. We will take that. I did not think there was any way we were going to win that game. It felt like we ran so poorly, and we punted hard with that misclick. But Sorin and Authority of the Consuls locking things down. So going into game 3, we're on the draw. Do we change anything? That is the question. These Gantis, are they really worth it? We could bring in more non-Ganti things. Quarantined Field hits the Planeswalkers. Kemble's an interesting one. Iron Chef Ravnica, welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. The Gantis are muy excelente. Okay, we'll keep them. Yeah. Fumigate I actually think is good. I don't think Kemble's good here. I just don't think it is. I don't think this is the Kemble matchup. Maybe I'm mistaken here. I mean, they have a lot of things to kill it, though. Yeah, we only have 1 lost legacy. I'm interested in this last Transgress the Mind, but I'm not sure what to take out. Cheer, you just type SCOOPS and then capital cheer. Push has some targets, and if we can manipulate it with Evolving Wilds we don't have, let's just run it back. Hopefully our opponent just scoops it up early. The 5-0 Dream is still barely alive. Let's get just a really good hand here. Midnight Oil, I guess, is for control. Just got into Moto, build a zombie hunt deck for like 1 ticks for fun. Never had so much salt flow. Every time I lose, it's so worth it. Yeah, people get a little salty over the zombie hunt. The Squid Labs back from hiatus for the 5-0, hopefully, and the 5 months. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Big scoop cheer for our new subscriber. We only have 3 Fumigates, but I don't think we want to go down less. Like, it is very possible that they just go wide with Thopters and so forth and ruin us that way. With or without a plan, 5 months in a row. Back to the Fishbowl. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. Our opponent in the tank on whether they want to play first. Why not Black-White Angel Control? So this is just one of the decks from our instant deck. Black-White Angel Control is another thing you could play. Yeah, opponent has lots of stop set. They're going for the timeout plan. Hedron alignment in Modern, we still haven't done that. We need to do that for Against the Odds at some point. We have a couple of Cletuses in the sideboard. Yeah, maybe we get the timeout win. So, what did y'all think about no bannings? We haven't got to talk about that yet. We've been obsessed with punting. Gandhi, yeah, Gandhi over Cletus is an odd choice, but well, there's our Gandhi. All right, we'll try this. We'll try it. No real quick removal, although Anguish Unmaking is a good answer to the combo. And we have an Obnixilus, assuming we get to it. Opponent, Oath of Nissa. Was hoping for Modern unbanning. Yeah, that would have been sweet. Black, white, blue is Esper. Ooh. Yep, we drew that. Well, if we take the combo off the table, I feel a lot safer about beating this deck if combos are not a concern. Opponent found a game trail. Evolving Wilds for our opponent. Our one of Lost Legacy. Alright, another Concealed Courtyard. Pass the turn. Oh man, come on, just play something. Tap out nicely, play something. And then we get rid of the combo, and then things are really looking up. Sorry, I'm missing our whole banning conversation. I do really want to talk about it, but now we're in a game. We will talk about it. We will. Felidar Guardian Gideon would have been my choices. Make sure to take Felidar Guardian because it's better than Saheeli. That is very true. We saw last game our opponent had Saheeli forever and it didn't do anything. You think our opponent's ghosting? Really? We got a ghost? They could be. Not ghosting too well, because they're going to let us take their combo. So there's a Whirler Virtuoso. We will have to deal with that eventually. Liliana helps. So play a Swamp. And we are just going to Lost Legacy. Why are we at Relic Bane? That's not what we're taking. Felidar Cub? I think we'll go Guardian. Although, hitting Felidar Guardian over off of Arganti would be pretty sweet. But we'll do it. Okay, we'll try it. Yeah, Felidar Guardian. Oh Lord. Double Chandra, double Rogue Refighter in our opponent's hand. So they get no card draws. The rest of their deck, couple of natural states to be aware of. Not sure what those are for. I don't think, do they kill anything in our deck? A clue token, I guess. Tameo, couple of trackers. Alright. And their land is a game trail, so they can't Chandra unless they draw an untap land. Okay. Well, I think we got a shot. We got a shot. Oh, yeah, I guess they're for Authority of the Consuls. Well, now we're hoping our opponent does not draw a land. Yeah, it's very snowy here. Not like a true blizzard, but definitely a snowstorm. Technically, we can kill both Chandras. The question is, can we kill both Chandras and not die to our opponent's board? Oh, we didn't see any negates, did we? Oh, I should have looked more specifically. I probably would have noticed that. I don't remember seeing any negates in there. Yeah, the question is, can we find windows to kill both Chandras without dying to our opponent's creatures? Come on, no land. Just play that tap game trail. Alright. That's good. That's good. Opponent gets in with the Whirler Virtuoso. There's a Rogue Refiner. Draws a card. And a Sorin. Well, I think we just Ganti here. Ganti, the Lord of Luxury. Yeah, if you're in the blizzard, it's a good moto day. So cast it means we can't play a land, right? I want to take a land, but that doesn't work. So I guess we just got to take Servant. Alright. Yep. Well, Servant's fine. Hopefully we just draw a land. If we can, like, Servant, kill Chandra next turn, that would be ideal. We have a new subscriber, the True King Fishy. 5 months in a row. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. There's Chandra, part 1. Kills Arganti. Come on, land. Land, land, land. We need land. Oh, so awkward. So awkward. What do we do here, boys and girls? Happy Pi Day to all of you. Yeah, we're pretty buried here. I don't know the exact count, but it's still coming down pretty good. If we kill the Chandra, they just play another one. This is actually not good for us. I'm almost wondering if we got to kill a creature. I mean, if we get to Sorin, things are much better. Alright, play Shambling Vent. R153 Jordan, 3 months in a row. All right, there's no negates. Thank you, Jordan. Thank you for the sub. Also, thank you for that. Let's see. Liliana, tick up. Liliana dies. Anguish and Making costs us 3 life. Our opponent, we know they have another Chandra. We drop to 8 or maybe 7, 6, 5 when they play another Chandra. And then we're stuck on... Oh, this is so awkward. We can kill Rogue Refiner and just play the creature game and then hope to kill Chandra with Sorin? That might actually be better. We can't Liliana because we got this tap land. That's what we wanted to do, was play 2 things this turn. Alright, we're going to kill Rogue Refiner. That does not feel good, but I think this is the correct line. Shambling Vent technically threatens Chandra next turn. We can also Sorin Chandra if we draw land. Worst case, we can do something horrible like Obnixilis kill Whirler Virtuoso. Because we know they have another Chandra, it doesn't... we're just letting them cast another one anyway. So I think this is the best move at the moment. Opponent makes the Thopter. Yup. Down to 1 energy. Up to 2 energy. Takes up Chandra. Gets a Saheeli. Do they... Alright, they just hit us for the damage. Gets in. Plays... Drawing a Sweeper would be nice. Ugh, another Rogue Refiner. Alright, well, we really need to get this sword down. I don't know if we're going to survive this turn. No, Obnixilis isn't horrible, period, but it's just not good in this scenario. So, Servant of the Conduit. Block with Shambling Vent's pretty risky. And we lose our land, so we can't Sorin. So play Shambling Vent. Maybe we just Servant Liliana? I think that's our best bet. Servant of the Conduit. Which might be able to block Rogue Refiner. And then Liliana of the Last Hope. And we have to go after Whirler Virtuoso. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, can we kill the Thopter? We kill the Thopter. Opponent, let's say they kill Servant. They hit us for 6 with another Thopter and 2 from Chandra. Yeah. So we have to tick up on Whirler Virtuoso. This is the only way we can guarantee that we don't die this turn. And then pass the turn. There's the Thopter. Let's see what our opponent has. Can they kill our Servant? Ticks up Chandra. Keeps hitting the Saheeli Rise. Hits us down to 6. The Sorin could come down and clean things up. Plays another Chandra. Kills our Servant. Well, we're not dead. Only mostly. Opponent hits us to 1. We know they don't have negates. Oh no. Good lord, more. Fumigate off the top. 1 time. Transgress. You can always send me emails at saffronolive@mtggoldfish.com. And I think that's game. We can gain 6. Yeah, that does it. Oh, man, that's brutal. Whoo! Alright. Ugh. Well. And y'all wanted me to take out the Fumigates. That's a card we needed. Cast Saheeli minus. Did our opponent have enough mana to do all that? Probably. Alright. Well, there goes the 5-0 dream. Starting off with a pretty painful loss. Alright, on to round 2, I guess. Alright, quick 30-second commercial. Be right back. Alright, we're back and ready for round 2. We're not going to restart the league because of that. You lose sometimes. I don't think killing the Virtuoso would have made a difference there. And Rogue Refiner represented more immediate damage. And we were basically just trying to save as much damage as possible. Attune with Ether. Hey, it's probably the same deck. Ooh, Jund Energy. Sweet. Fatal Push seems like a good addition. So Forest gets an island. Yeah, it looks like this is going to be 4-color copycat again. Not really surprising. We have not played Blue-Red Zombies on stream. Well, let's get down our Thraben Inspector. Oh, alright, not the same matchup. This is a tower deck, I think. Play Swamp Pest turn. When I open my emails in the morning, how many new emails do I have? Oh, man. It depends on the day, but usually a pretty high number. There's the tower. Well, I think we just got to kill the tower right now while our opponent's tapped out. So, kill tower. I wonder how good this matchup is. Have I updated Mardu Reanimator since E3 Volt? I haven't, although we did play like a Gearhulk Reanimator deck on stream one time. Time Traveling Terminator, 5 months in a row. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. This song is Turn These Awful Hands into Hooves by Weisiger. The Flash Wall is actually pretty good in this deck. It usually draws a card and generates a bit of energy, which is pretty relevant. So play a Swamp. We're just going to Oath of Liliana here. Hopefully it resolves. And then our Liliana will be even better next turn. Opponent negates. Well, let's kill this thing. There probably are a lot of counters in our opponent's deck. Hey, welcome, Harbinger of Me. First time in the stream. Is there a link to the Gearhulk Reanimator deck? Oh, I'm sure there is somewhere, but I don't know where it is off the top of my head. This might not be the ideal matchup for Mono Fumigates, but Planeswalkers are good. Take up our Liliana, play Blighted Fen, get in with our Thraben Inspector, pass the turn. Yeah, our Fumigates are looking rough this one. The disallows are going to be good against our Planeswalkers as well. Alright, let's crack our clue. No reason to leave it around in this matchup. That's a Sorin. We'll tick up our Liliana. Play Concealed Courtyard. Get in with Thraben Inspector. No Sorin yet. Maybe next turn. What's up, Philly? Oh, yes. We lost a super long match to Copycat. I wonder what our opponent has going on. Probably Torrential Gearhulk. We'll tick up our Liliana. Get in with Thraben Inspector. I don't even know if we play anything. I think we pass. I would definitely play Fog again. I really like the Turbo Fog deck. I'll take up Liliana. I don't know why I keep clicking our opponent. Let's attack with Thraben Inspector. Is it Gearhulk time yet? Not yet. Yeah, let's keep passing. I actually am pretty fine with our opponent. Alright, there's a Gearhulk. So now we just Blighted Fen to kill the Gearhulk. This also made sure our opponent wouldn't have the ability to counter and get energy to shoot our Liliana. And now, oh man, this is going to be interesting because of disallow. All right, main phase Glimmer. Well, now we're going to start casting things though. Opponent does have Lumbering Falls. And Spectre, getting there very slowly. Opponent passes. Let's play a Gideon. See what our opponent does. Resolves. Make a 2/2. Get in with Thraben Inspector. Tick up Liliana. We're not going to do it into a disallow. We got pretty good pressure going at the moment. We're not going to ultimate yet. Don't worry, don't worry. We can't Sorin yet because we don't have the mana. This has got to be going at Liliana, I assume. Yep, redirects to Liliana. Yep, we'll just tick it up, play it safe for now. The deck does look pretty sweet. We didn't win round 1, but I still think the deck is pretty sweet. Harnessed Lightning. Alright, that might mean they get in with Lumbering Falls. Oh, that's good for our opponent. Attune with Ether means they're actually going to be able to kill one of our Planeswalkers with Lumbering Falls. Oh, they did not get a forest. They're just going to pass? Okay. Well, I guess we go beating down with our Gideon here. Go attacking. Do we leave back Thraben Inspector? Yeah, let's leave back Thraben Inspector. Opponent takes it. Tick up Liliana. Yeah, our opponent has some sweet Urza Saga Islands. Alright, play a Swamp. And let's just Gonti. See if our opponent uses their disallow on this. Hey, what's up, awesome dude? Good to see ya. 2 days till spring break. Well, that's exciting. Not long to go. Ooh. Well, I guess we just take a disallow of our own. So we can fight a counter war in our black-white deck. Oh, there's Torrential Gearhulk. Gonna Harness Lightning. Something. Oh, gonna Glimmer. Okay. Going to Glimmer instead. Get some energy. We can't disallow because we don't have the mana. We still have to spend mana on it, unfortunately. Oh, disallow a future disallow. Yeah, that might let us ultimate a Planeswalker. Opponent shoots down the Gonti. And our opponent probably won't suspect it. Shoots down Thraben Inspector. Kills our Gideon. Okay. Plays a land. Is it time to start ticking down our Liliana? It might be. Tick down Liliana, get Gonti? We could try to fumigate. That probably won't work. We can't disallow anything. Yeah, we're not going to disallow our own ultimates. I'm afraid whatever we do is going to get countered. I guess we can try it. We gotta play something. We can't just play nothing forever. Alright, opponent has a negate, gets more energy. Kind of expected. Take down Liliana. Get back Gonti. And pass the turn. We've almost run our opponent out of counters. Opponent gets in at the Liliana. We also have Anguish Unmakings to get rid of this tower. We're set up pretty well to deal with what our opponent's doing. Alright. Well. Oh, man. Let's Gonti. These tap lands. There's the disallow. Even more energy. We can't disallow back because we don't have enough lands. Play Concealed Courtyard. Pass the turn. Opponent's down to 2 cards. If we can get down this Sorin or a Fumigate, we really stabilize. Here comes Lumbering Falls. We're 1 land away from the Fumigate. Opponent gets in. Down to 9. And passes. Oh, these tap lands! Oh, we're gonna lose. I mean, this is all we can do, and then we're dead? Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, play Sorin. Nothing else we can do. Another negate, and that's game. Oh, these tap lands are really killing us. Ooh, those tap lands were super brutal. So brutal. Gideon, they just shoot down our token and then kill us. Because they have the... They have the tower active. So we play Gideon. Opponent negates. They tower away the token after we disallow. Then they kill us. We basically just had to hope that they didn't have a counter. That's really was our only option there. Okay, so what do we have for this deck? This seems like a Kemble deck, although it does just die to tower. I'm not sure what matchup Kemble is for. Like, the matchups where Kemble is good... but if we didn't disallow the negate, then we didn't have a Gideon and a token anyway. And then we die. Yeah, the pushes are not good. Still, I'm not sure on Kemble. I'm really not. Transgress is good. It might just be that we want to bring in things like Kalitas and maybe even Midnight Oil to be like more resilient and be able to go long. Blessed Alliance is okay. Grasp actually isn't very good either. Oath is only okay. Ruinous Path, I guess, is alright. I'm not sold on Kemble. I think it's just going to die. Like, it seems good if it lives, but I can't imagine it living. They have so many things that deal 3 damage. I don't know how we survive that. And then probably go down Fumigates as well. We need one more card, though. Man, so many 4-drops. That is a lot of 4-drops. Lost Legacy doesn't have anything really spectacular. All right, we'll play a Kemble. All right, we'll try it. We'll try the Kemble. People want to see Kemble. So we get to play first. And we get to mulligan. We got our Planeswalkers, but no lands. Alright, well, we got a Gideon to get countered. I guess that's something. We'll keep Thraben Inspector. That's something we can actually play early in the game. Yeah, you can't legacy artifacts, unfortunately, which makes the card a lot worse. Mulligan the no Kemble lands. Yeah, I don't know about that technique. Lost Legacy away disallows. So these standard bannings, I don't know about the standard format. I don't know. I knew going into the bannings yesterday that no matter what, I was going to be disappointed. There was no real outcome that Wizards could have had happen that was going to make me happy. Because banning cards is so bad for Standard. It's just so painful. It makes people quit. It's just not a good thing. But Standard is also pretty bad. Like, really bad. So the biggest thing I'm disappointed with is just the consistency. Do I think mono green ramp would be viable in Standard? I mean, possibly. The question is, what are you ramping into? That's one of the problems I've had thinking of mono green ramp, is just not being able to find a really good finisher for mono green ramp. Opponent anticipates. This is the last week for Premier Constructed events until Pro Tour. Yeah, I mean, maybe. Maybe we will see a big change with Amonkhet. Sooner or later, Wizards is going to print a relatively underpowered set, and nothing's going to change, and everyone's going to be disappointed. And it could be this time. Alright, we're not going to slam a Gideon into this mana. Man, we have a hard time pressuring this deck. Like, they can just leave up mana all the time, and we can't really do anything about it. I'll get in with Thraben Inspector. And our opponent pretty clearly has a negate. Okay, Shielded Ether Thief. Gonna shut down our offense. Get some energy, start drawing cards. Well, I mean, I guess we get our Liliana negated. There's the negate. Pass the turn. My finishers are Ulamog, Bane of Benelaged, and Decimator Provinces. Yeah, I mean, it seems like it could work. Whoa. Why would you rather have Gideon countered than Liliana countered? I've been hearing buzz about blue-red tower control in Standard. Thoughts? I mean, it's fine. It's a tier 2 deck, one of the few tier 2 decks. But I don't think any deck in Standard can compete with the big 2 or 3 decks. It's just going to get countered, and it's so bad, but we can't do nothing. I don't know what options we really have. I mean, I guess we can kill this thing and start attacking? Attack with Shambling's pretty bad, I think, because we need the mana. And it's pretty likely that they would kill it. Opponent draws. Well, we get to start pressuring, sort of. Not really, but sort of. I mean, and our opponent can't kill us very quickly. There's the tower. Well, this might be our path to getting a Gideon down. Ooh. Jeez. Interesting. Well, let's fragmentize. See if our opponent counters this. If they don't, then they do. So let's get in with Thraben Inspector. Transgress the Mind. There's the negate. Yep. And now they're to torrential mana. Let's see what they got. Opponent passes. Well, get in with our Thraben Inspector. Play Swamp, pass the turn. They should ban fast lands to make 3-color decks. Oh, that are making 3-color decks overpowered. I don't know. I don't think it's fast lands so much as that's making 3 colors so viable. It's really Ether Hub. Like, everything is energy based. And it's just such a low cost way to make mana of any color. Alright, 14 more turns, and we got him. Glimmer of Genius, gonna draw our opponent some cards. So not the most exciting matchup. The mana fixing has been pretty good in Standard. That much is very true. Well, keep getting in. Fishbowl, welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. There's Torrential. I'm going to flashback Glimmer. Well, we get to kill Torrential. I mean, we can't even really bait. Like, we just cast something and then we can't cast multiple things in a turn. So, we're not really baiting. I don't even know what we really gain from that. We just get our stuff countered and then get it countered again the next turn. I do kind of wish there was some real card advantage in this deck. Some way to just, like, draw cards. Well, isn't boring and bad the same thing? I mean, what makes a format good if boring is, or what makes a format bad if boring is not part of that? Another land. Well, keep getting in. Alright, I guess we keep passing. Another Gearhulk for our opponent. If we attack with the land, our opponent could have just blocked with their Lumbering Falls. I guess I would have kept them from playing Torrential Gearhulk this turn, but I'm not sure if trading a Shambling Vent for a Lumbering Falls is really a good deal. Alright, so 2 modes. Sacks a creature and gain 4 life. So we gain, our opponent sacks. I mean, if we kill all the Gearhulks, maybe they just won't have any win conditions. Do you think a Pithing Needle effect would balance things out a bit? It would definitely be helpful. Well, our opponent's going to play something? Huh? What's happening? This deck plays Bristling Hydra? Okay, so I guess we... Play Obnixilis. Summary dismissal. Well, technically we resolved a Planeswalker. Unfortunately, it comes after our opponent resolved a Bristling Hydra. Pass the turn. Yeah, I mean, we got a Planeswalker down. It is not going to matter, but technically we did it. Good job, deck. Yeah, our opponent's got to have a handful removal. We lose our Planeswalker, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, Seattle's a long way away from me, but Card Kingdom is awesome. I really like Card Kingdom. I use their online stuff a lot. I don't know if we have anything we can draw here. Really? What? Well, what could possibly be a punt in that scenario? We can't just do nothing and die to Bristling Hydra. Another Trenchel. Alright. Good game, good game. Ooh, well, I'm starting to realize why people can't play anything but 2 decks in Standard. It is just a bad idea. Oh, boy. The problem with resolving Ob is it can't kill the Hydra, and our opponent just immediately kills the Hydra. Punt for playing Standard is that one I might accept. You can try to email them to me. I try to at least look them over and give a quick response, but sometimes I get so many it's hard to get through them all. But it's saffronolive@mtggoldfish.com. Yeah, there's a lot of weird things that add up to Standard being awkward. Oh, I will definitely draft Modern Masters when it comes out. That'll probably be next week, I think, on stream. The new art on Avacyn is pretty awesome. Would I rather have Path or Bolt in Standard? Well, personally Path, but Bolt might be more impactful since it would potentially enable, like, mono-red aggro decks and stuff like that that don't really exist now. Bring back core sets. That's an interesting idea. Although, yeah, Pithing Needle would stop crewing. I think that Wizards can do everything they do in a core set in the sets that are currently in existence. Alright, we still got a chance for a trophy. Oh my goodness, deck. Are you kidding me? We have also done a lot of just... I am the anti-LSV when it comes to luck. We have 26 lands, and we have fairly consistently mulligan one-landers. Somehow. Man, I wish I knew the matchup. I think we got to put Fatal Push on the bottom to try to find Planeswalkers. Standard is interesting. I mean, yes, there's 3 different decks you can play, and I guess that's a good thing. Some people really like that. There's... Oh, no. This again? Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, it is. Oh, alright. This is... Well, it might still be. This might just be someone that's... that has a less than optimal version of Teamer Tower with Brawl in it. And we're still going to just get countered to oblivion. There's an either up. Opponent passes. Oh, that Brawl gave me a glimmer of hope. Well, we're going to pass the turn. Counter Squall would be an interesting reprint. Oh, my goodness. Yep, it is. It is. Standard is so diverse. Apparently you choose this deck every time that we can't beat. Well, pass the turn. This isn't a new brew. This deck is like deck number 4. There's essentially there's 3 tier 1 decks, or maybe 2 tier 1 decks with Copycat and 4 colors Saheeli. So there's 2 tier 1 decks, and then there's green black, which is like, I don't even know, maybe tier 2, I guess. I guess we play Gideon. It's gonna get countered, but I guess we play it. The Curbinator, 5 months in a row, just watching videos instead of playing Magic. No one should actually play Magic, it's all terrible. Well, that's not quite true. Yep, there's the counter. Pass the turn. Mardu and Obnixilis can't cast it. Pass the turn. Mardu is tier 1, and 4 colors Saheeli are tier 1. And then green-black Constrictor is like a notch below, maybe 1.5. And then this Teamer Tower deck is like tier 2, and that's essentially all the decks in Standard. That's pretty much it. 4 color Saheeli is actually... Mardu is, by the numbers, Mardu is pretty clearly number 1. Oh boy, we're going to get Torrential Gearhulked here, and it's going to be really painful. Not drawing lands, either. There's Torrential for the disallow. Yeah, and that's my biggest problem with Standard. Like, it's not that green-black Delirium or green-black Snake versus Mardu versus Copycat is bad Magic, but those decks are so far ahead of everything else that you pretty much just have to play one of those decks. I guess you can argue that you can try this Teamer Tower deck. I mean, and this, of course, is assuming you want to try to win tournaments and stuff. It's definitely different if you just want to have fun and play, because I've been having a lot of fun just brewing, like, janky under-the-radar decks, and they're not good enough to beat those other decks consistently, but they're fun, and they're good enough that you can actually play them on occasion. Well, we killed a Torrential Gearhulk. Our opponent must have a handful of card draw. Okay, we resolved a Planeswalker. For being a Planeswalker deck, we have not resolved very many Planeswalkers this league, which is very sad. That's kind of like the entire reason we played this deck, was to resolve many Planeswalkers. Oh my goodness. Obnixilis dies to shock. Opponent can start drawing cards with Shielded Ether Thief. Well, let's play Oath of Liliana. Yeah, it seems like it. It seems like if you knew the 2 decks that you gotta beat, you just find the deck to beat them, but those decks are really far ahead of everything else. And while you can build decks to beat one or the other, I'm not sure it's really possible to build decks that beat both. Well, we do get to kill this Lumbering Falls. I don't know why our opponent's going so aggressive. Maybe their hand's bad. Well, this is our window. If we draw an untapped land and just get to soar in here, we're actually playing Magic. Well, Gideon's a good consolation prize. Our deck is actually sort of doing things-ish. So let's make a Night Token. I mean, Jund Energy is the other deck, though. It's basically green-black Constrictor playing Unlicensed Disintegration. At least the versions that I've seen. And that's the other deck that's in the conversation. Those are the 3 decks that you can play. And there's been ebb and flow from them. It was green-black, then Mardu took over number 1, and then we saw 4 color Saheeli really shoot up to the top. Opponent draws a card. We are playing Planeswalkers this time, which is pretty sweet. So let's take up on the Shielded Ether Thief. Maybe we're going to actually win a game or a match. Did you miss any good wins? You have not. You have not actually missed any wins. We played a really close match, and I think this deck is probably better against... Huh? Oh, just to draw a card. I think this deck is set up to fight not this deck. I think our best matchups, and not that we're guaranteed to win them because we lost them earlier, but I think our best matchups are like the 4-color Saheeli deck. How do we want to do this? I guess we just keep making knights for now. Actually, let's attack with the knight. See what our opponent does. If they play a torrential, then we can Wrath. All right, make a knight. Tick up Liliana. Play Thraben Inspector. Get a clue. Pass the turn. Do I think that standard needs a 4 converted mana cost Wrath? It might be helpful, but we played the greatest of all time Magic with Mardu Vehicles against... Opponent's got the card draw. Mardu Vehicles against Clawblade, and 4-color Wraths, or 4 mana Wraths, while helpful, were not just like the solution. And there are very good answers in the format, as mentioned, like Selfless Spirit and Avacyn. All right, let's crack a clue. Get a Plains. Play a Plains. Ah, man. What do we do now? Can we attack with Gideon? Still torrential. 1, 2. Yeah, let's attack with Gideon. We got to start getting in damage somewhere. And if our opponent plays a torrential, that's actually kind of good because we get Sorin down, or we just get to Wrath. So get in with everything. Yeah, 4 mana Wrath would probably help Copycat to some extent. Another Shielded Ether Thief for our opponent. Blocks, blocks. And blocks. Opponent takes some damage. Well, I think we're going to play Sorin. If it gets countered, it gets countered. We got 2 of them. There's the negate. Lets our opponent loot with Baral. Yeah, that's the big problem, is Wraths aren't just game over against vehicles, because vehicles are super resilient to Wraths. Just naturally. Opponent draws a card. Man, fumigating to kill this stuff feels so bad, but we might actually have to. Yeah, Scrap Heap is very strong with vehicles. Well, we'll see. I mean, the great news about Magic is there's always another set on the horizon, so hopefully we see answers in Amonkhet. That's the ideal outcome to all this. I mean, I think really what we need is... we need cards like Pithing Needle and Hero's Downfall, just always in Standard. That's exactly... those are the type of cards we need all the time. Alright, let's fumigate. Or attempt to. Opponent. Huh? Oh, they just want energy to draw? Okay. I guess that's fine. Draws a card. There's Torrential Gear Hulk. For negate. Counters the Fumigate. Well, we get to try again next turn. Opponent gets to loot. Discards Ether Hub. Well, make a 2/2. Take up Liliana on Torrential. Play Forsaken Sanctuary. Pass the turn. Creature only bolt. That could be helpful. Can you explain how the interaction of Shambling Vents and Gideon and how you don't gain life if Vents blocks? So basically, Lifelink says whenever it deals damage, you gain that much life. And Gideon says prevent all damage that would be dealt to it. So basically, when a Gideon is blocked by a Shambling Vents, the Shambling Vents never actually deals damage to Gideon because it's prevented, so there's no life gain from Lifelink. This deck is hard to run out of counters. Janta na Oxp. Oh my goodness. Welcome to the Fishbowl. I know I butchered that one. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. Yeah, I don't even know about Suppression Field. Oh, Evergreen Suppression Field. Maybe. That would help against Planeswalkers. I'm not really sure that Planeswalkers are like... I guess it helps against vehicles too. I don't know how big of an issue Planeswalkers really are on their own. No, I guess we just keep doing the same thing. Tick up. Make a 2/2. Play Concealed Courtyard. Pass the turn. Maybe we're just playing our opponent through their entire deck. What's my favorite music? Indie music of some kind or another. I like all different styles of music, but not much of the music that's like on the radio. Usually different flavors of indie music. I mean, we might be able to win with Liliana Ultimate. It's a bit risky because of Disallow. Good old Flaying Tendrils. Well, take up Liliana. Keep making knights. I don't think our opponent has a way to just remove a board full of knights, which is kind of good for us. So I'm not sure our opponent's actually going to be able to just, like, win, is where we're at now. Like, this game might go on for a really long time, but I'm not sure our opponent's going to ever be able to win. Make a 2/2. Tick up Liliana. Eventually, once we get Liliana high enough, we'll take and start getting back our Gonti and going that direction. Torrential Gear Hulk for our opponent. For Glimmer. Yeah, Radiant Flames would be pretty bad if our opponent actually had it. We do have many knights at the moment. Draws a card. Down to 20 in their deck. Has to be a million counter spells. Another Ether Thief. Dynavolt Tower. Well, next turn we're probably going to have to try to Fumigate again, I think. Hopefully. Now is a great time to get into Modern with all the Modern Masters reprints. We draw planes. So play the planes. Let's start by just fragmentizing Dynavolt Tower. Ooh, opponent disallows. So they have multiple disallows in hand? Gets to loot. Let's play Obnixilis. Resolves. So draw a card. The Gypsy sounding band is the Freak Fandango Orchestra. Opponent draws. The biggest risk is Radiant Flames. That's the one card that I'm scared of. Oh, yeah. We can't Ultimate Lily because of Disallow. I don't know if this deck has Radiant Flames in the main deck or not. Thanks for the host, Mero Memer MTG. Man, we have played some long, grindy games of Magic. Like, to the extreme. That is how this league has been. Super grindy. Come on, no Radiant Flames. Does this deck even have Radiant Flames in the main deck? That's a better question. I'm starting to think it does not, because what are the odds that they haven't found one by now? The deck does not appear to have Radiant Flame, so I think we're on the playthrough our entire deck plan. And I think it's going to work, hopefully. Tower is a concern, but let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's lead on Gonti. How many disallows are left? One is exiled, one's in the graveyard. Oh, what a crazy game this has been. There's a disallow. Get some energy. Opponent gets to loot. Let's... Ugh. Let's draw a card. We have a new subscriber, Provalicious. Welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. We can't Ultimate Liliana because of Disallow. That's the sticking point for all of that. We can try to Fumigate. I don't think it's worth it, though. Let's take down Liliana. Get back Arganti. Play Gonti again. We're going to run him out of disallows eventually. There's only one that's not in their graveyard or their exile zone. And as far as negates, 1, 2 are gone. And they probably have 3. There's another torrential for the disallow. Oh my lord. Well, we've almost run our opponent out of counters. This match, oh my god. Oh, I mean, I would love to ultimate Liliana. The problem is we do it and we just really get wrecked by disallow. The threat of Liliana's ultimate is actually having a big impact on the game and not allowing our opponent to just like tap out and so forth. So just the very threat of it has been pretty beneficial. Opponent is apparently tanking. So 3 Gear Hulks down. Oh, we almost have our opponent out of action. Next turn we can play our Fumigate. If they counter it, then we can probably clean up with Sorin. Yeah, if we Wrath, we probably win. I mean, they still have the Dynavolt Tower as a win con. And our opponent is disconnected from the game. Oh, goodness. We could have won ages ago? How could we have won ages ago? Kill 1 Gearhawk with tokens, then kill Obnixilis. Yeah. Oh, man. I wish we could ultimate. I wish we could. I wish we could. Ultimating is awesome. Our opponent's back. Our opponent's back. Those disallows. Disallow is very good at stopping ultimates. All right, opponent's back. Going to get the disallow. Disallow the Gonti for the second time this turn. So our opponent, as far as I can tell, has one more disallow somewhere, one more Torrential Gearhulk, and one more negate. Those are the cards I believe our opponent has left. Opponent loots again. Well, we play Thraben Inspector. Get a clue. Play our swamp. Make a 2/2. So many knights. Oh, maybe we're going to win here. Yeah, this game has been brutally long. Our opponent eventually is going to start trying to Dynavolt Tower us to death. Or maybe they just keep drawing cards instead of Dynavolt Towering, which is actually probably good for us at this point. Bionic Broccoli, welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. Double Towers a bit sketchier. But our opponent doesn't have many counters left. Here comes Gearhulk. Here comes Gearhulk. Well, we're going to do some blocking. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, how are you going to blow us out, opponent? The ultimate blocking. We have a new subscriber, Ask815. Welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. Glimmer of Genius gets our opponent some energy. So they're going to try to Dynavolt Tower our stuff to death. 1 on the top, 1 on the bottom. Oh my god. Glimmer of Genius. Well, the question's going to be, can we resolve this Fumigate? Also, can our opponent win without timing out is becoming a question. Kills a knight. Kills a knight. Draws a card. Oh my goodness. Opponent's down to 7 cards in their deck. We lose a lot of our board. Oh, this game is ridiculous. Another Dynavolt. We draw a Fatal Push, which is not a... Oh! This is actually potentially very good. So, Fatal Push, Brawl. Let's see if our opponent has negate number 3. Fumigate? Of course they do. There's negate number 3. Opponent does have it. Wow! Dynavolts us. So let's kill a Torrential. Take down Liliana. Get back Gonti. Play a Gonti. Take, anticipate, make a 2/2. Oh, Lord, Lord, Lord. I don't think Lily Ultimate is fast enough for us to matter here. I think we're past that point of the game. Our opponent's got triple tower. Opponent has shock. Can they actually just kill us here? Is that what's happening? Glimmer of Genius. Gets more energy. Do they have another shock? Is that the line that's happening? Another Dynavolt. Wow! My goodness! Did I consider Seance Pull from Eternity? Not especially. It's cool, but it's a little too cute to be very competitive. Well, that was fun. Oh yeah, we deserve the loss because we didn't just throw all of our Planeswalkers into disallows and lose turns ago. Alright, so let's address two things really quick. One is, disallow is a card, so we can't just ultimate our Planeswalkers. So, if that's the point you're referring to, you just literally can't ultimate a Planeswalker into an opponent with like 12 open mana with unlimited disallows in their deck. So that's number one. Number two is, at the end, we could have tried to ultimate Liliana, but ultimating Liliana wasn't what the game was about there. Like, we get 2 zombies, and our opponent has multiple towers, and we're at 13 life, so I don't think that's really a punt, because ultimating Liliana would have been relevant like turns ago, but at that point the game wasn't about Liliana. So let's bring in Kalitas, bring in our Quarantine Field, bring in Fragmentize, bring in Transgress the Mines, and maybe Midnight Oil for card draw. Cards that we don't really want. Thraben Inspector. Grasp of Darkness. We might leave in some Grasps and go down just Fatal Pushes. And Fumigate. Maybe we can leave one Fumigate. Bring in Kemble, maybe. Lost Legacy doesn't actually hit anything, though, is the problem. Yeah, we'll take out Flaying Tendrils, which is really... I don't know about this in the main deck. As soon as I saw this deck and saw Flaying Tendrils, my initial thought was, it's got to be a sideboard card. Yeah, unfortunately, Lost Legacy can't hit artifacts. If it could, it would be insane in this matchup. Lost Legacy for Disallow. That's an interesting idea. Alright, I guess I'll buy that. I don't know if that's correct, but we can try it. Yeah, maybe it's worth it to take something like Disallow. Wow, that was quite the long grindy match. So we get to play first. Well, we have a lot of Planeswalkers. This is our idea of a nut draw, assuming we get our mana. So we'll see if this actually is relevant. I'm a little worried that everything we do will just get countered, and our nut draw is not very good in this matchup. But we could slip one through. Like, if our opponent doesn't have a negate, we get a quick Liliana. Alright, they don't have a negate. Actually, I think we're going to just Oath of Liliana first, get rid of Brawl. And then we can start the Planeswalker curve next turn. And our opponent at least isn't going to be looting as they counter our stuff. And we can kind of win by time in this matchup, potentially. Well, play Gideon. Ooh, Gideon's gonna resolve. We're doing it. We're gonna win. We're gonna actually win. We get a zombie from Oath of Liliana. We get to make a knight. Oh, oh, our opponent didn't have a counter. I can't believe it, but they didn't. Opponent plays a tower. Okay, sure. We play a swamp. And just slam out Nixilis? Well, if we get ahead, this deck is pretty insane. Draw an extra card. Make a knight. Go attacking. Oh, we finally did it. The Planeswalker curve, it happened. I didn't think it would ever happen. Oh, it's good when it works. It's good when it happens. It's sweet. Opponent hits our Gideon. Now we're pretty far ahead, and we have more Planeswalkers we can play. Opponent plays an island. And scoops it up. We did it! After a 27-turn game, we get the turn 5 win. Our opponent's likely scooping because of time concerns, but... Alright, we gotta win. We gotta win. We had a nut draw. We gotta win. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Well, good things can happen sometimes. Oh, we've had a rough go of it, but we got there this time. Yeah, I mean, we'll run it back. It's pretty amazing that our opponent didn't have counters. Very thankful for that. Alright, let's do it again. Planeswalker, 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 we win. Opponent's going to 5. Oh, we might get a match win. We could still get a treasure chest. Our opponent's also really low on time. Not that we're going to intentionally manipulate it, but if this just ends up being a really long game, that works in our favor. There's Brawl. I'll play a Swamp, Pestern. Hopefully we can just overload our opponent on counters. What's up, Gashnar? Good to see ya. Opponent gets in, 4-1. Yep. Okay, well, Planeswalker, number 1. Counter number 1. It's a negate. Opponent gets to loot. Digging 4 lands, I assume. Discards a shock. Well, we pass the turn. We can keep playing Planeswalkers next turn. Opponent finds a land. Gets in, 4-1. Well, play a Swamp. Play a Gideon. Resolves. We snuck it through the counters. Yeah, this is looking like quite the stream. Maybe our last 2 rounds will go quickly. We'll play like aggro decks for once or something. Or if we lose, then we might just not play the last round. If we lose our chance of treasure chests, we'll see. We'll see what happens in the future rounds. But standard, long, and grindy. There's a tower. Luckily, we can just kill the tower. Well, fragmentize the tower. Ruinous Path. Brawl. Fire up our Gideon. Start beating down our opponent. I think we're going to get in the win column. Shambling Vent, pass the turn. I don't know if our opponent can deal with this Gideon. Now, once it's resolved, our opponent's deck is going to have a hard time dealing with it. Did I see the Semi-Storm Mono Green EDH link on Twitter? Oh, that does not sound familiar, but I want to. That sounds really sweet. Opponent gets some energy. Alright, let's end this. Sorin, we've played our Planeswalkers, almost all of them. Sorin, the Grim Nemesis. We're just going to tick it up, start drawing cards, start hopefully hurting our opponent. It's Anguished Unmaking. Get in with our Gideon. And this one seems pretty over. Oh, man. We have played this deck twice in a row, 2 of the longest, grindiest matches. This match is still happening. D-Slap, 4 months in a row. I dream of the future, Aspira. Danger is on the horizon. You must heed my warnings. Well, that is good flavor text advice. Seaton the Sage, eh? Davester. Attune with Aether for our opponent. Oh, it looks like you'd make a lot of mana. Opponent's down to 7. Opponent passes. We take up Sorin. Hit a Midnight Oil. Play Oath of Liliana. And I think this does it. Opponent draws a card. This is like a... Oh, we did it! We're in the win column. Whoa, that was quite the match. Apparently a lot of people are playing Temur Tower, but the deck can win, even against Temur Tower, which seems like a miserable matchup. So, alright, I'm going to load match number 4, see if we can keep our winning ways going. 30-second commercial, real quick. Be right back. Alright, on to round 4. Yeah, I'm not sure what Tom's email is. What a punt. I would try tweeting at him. He doesn't have a goldfish email, so... Okay. Well, let's see if we can play against a non-Temur Tower deck. We've played 4 colors of Healy, Temur Tower, Temur Tower. Seriously though, Lost Legacy is a great card against Temur Tower. Can go after Disallow, Negate, Glimmer. You really cripple them. Interesting, Skywarper. I usually think of it as a combo ender, but I guess I can see the argument that it's good enough to be worth against those decks. Oh, my voice makes it fun to watch? Well, I guess that's a good thing. Tomer... And Pestern. Tomer did finally assemble Cauldra. Forest. No attune with Ether. What's happening? What's the matter with this picture? Pass the turn. Are we going to play a different deck? Mountain. Maybe this is like green-red energy? Okay. Alright, this match is maybe not going to be the grindiest thing of all time. Well, we get a swamp. I think we're just going to kill Longtusk Cub. Pass the turn. How does such a manly man have such a seductive voice? That's a good question. I had never thought about it that way. The Thumb of Glory. Is this Carrick's thumb? Which apparently I say weird and people get mad about. Ooh, with Blood Moon, you had me at Blood Moon. Well, let's be greedy. Thraben Inspector, get a clue. Play a Blighted Fen. Actually, maybe we don't do this. Let's just pass. Let's pass and see if we can draw white mana to Wrath. That's probably better. I mean, I guess it depends on your feelings about Standard. I don't like this Standard because none of the tier 2 decks can really compete. So, for me, it's one of my less favorite Standards in quite a while. What's the difference between Shardless, Bug, and Tempo Thresh? I am not 100% sure. Ooh, Tireless Tracker, eh? Opponent gets a land, gets a clue. Well, crack a clue. Shambling Vent and Gideon. Well, play Shambling Vent. I guess we just pass in Wrath next turn. I got 4 Blood Moons, very cheap. Which one of the most budget competitive decks in Modern for Blood Moon? So you got a couple of options. One good one is Skred Red. Another one is like the green-red Panza land destruction deck. Those are two that are kind of near the top as far as being pretty budget-friendly, especially if you already have the Blood Moons. They're pretty budget-friendly. So I would look towards one of those two. Also, there's some Green Devotion type lists. So Against the Odds comes out tomorrow, featuring Zur the Enchanter, and there'll be a new poll. Oh man, this is going to be a good fumigate. There'll be a new poll in the article. Alright, let's fumigate away this stuff. Pass the turn. There's a weird old reason for the name Panza. I don't remember exactly what it was. Something to do with Chris Pakula, but I don't remember the actual story behind Panza. But it's essentially green-red land destruction. Servant of the Conduit for our opponent. Ether Hub. Yep. Well, Blighted Fen. And let's just Liliana. Leave up Anguish and Making. Take up Lily. Feeling good about this matchup. Hey, it's Stu. What's up, Stu? You are a bit late. You've missed some of the grindiest standard games. Oh my goodness. Why am I playing standard, Stu? Where's the command for that? We need a command that, if you say standard, it says, "What are you thinking, Seth? Play modern." Play block constructed. Play kaleidoscope. I don't care. Just play something else. You're playing Horizon? Is that fun? I've never played Horizon. A little cheeky. So I don't know if we have an actual name. When people sub, we welcome them to the fishbowl. But I don't know if we've come up with an actual name for that. Alright. Well, I guess we're going to try to Anguish on making this. If our opponent Blossoming defenses, they Blossoming defense. We have to tap properly, though. Got a Blossoming defense? They do not, and we still have a Liliana. Another Servant. Okay. Opponent passes. Well, take up Liliana. Play a... is this risky? Yeah, play Gideon. That's fine. I was wondering if we need to Blighted Fen 2 turns in a row, but I think this is fine. Gideon 2 turns in a row has got to be better than Blighted Fen 2 turns in a row. You could be playing something in Standard that casts Part the Water Veil. That is a good point. Maybe it's not Standard, but what I'm playing in Standard. Actually, I don't think this deck is that bad. I was mostly kidding about Standard. I don't think it's as bad as... I mean, I'm not happy with how Standard is right now, but it's probably not as bad as I was making it out to be. And our opponent scoops it up to our Planeswalkers. All right. That's pretty good. So this is a matchup. We actually get to bring in Gifted Etherborns. Maybe Kalitas, although Kalitas is a bit risky. But perhaps. Probably go down Fragmentize. I don't really like trying to Fragmentize electrostatic pummeler, if that's what's happening. And Flaying Tendrils might actually be good enough in this matchup. I think we just make light changes, mostly bringing in Gifted Aetherborns. We have a lot of good stuff for this matchup as it is. Like, almost all of our cards. We'll go down one Thraben Inspector. Try it like that. What are the turning points in your life, such as a bad person? What was the turning point in your life that you were such a bad person? So, Sokolo, there's actually a long story to that, but it goes back to, what's up, McDaddy Hoss? It goes back to when I first started playing. I've told this story before, but probably everyone hasn't heard it. So, when I first started playing, super casual play group, to the point where we, like, mulliganed freely, essentially. Like, oh, if your hand is bad, you can't cast anything, you just draw new cards. Like, that's how we're super casual. So super casual, just playing for fun, janky, fun decks. And we had a friend of a friend that started playing with us, got his old cards that he hadn't had, they're like at his mom's house or something, got his old cards, and he shows up with Orm's Chant and Isochron Scepter Lock, like a full-on competitive extended deck at the time, and it essentially what that deck does is keeps you from ever playing Magic. So I'm playing this janky like modular deck, but not good modular like Arcbound Ravager. I'm playing modular like Arcbound Overseer, the 8-drop modular Lord. That puts counters on everything every turn. So I'm playing this super janky deck, getting Scepter Lock like crazy. And eventually, I figured out, after games and games and thinking about it, figured out how to beat Scepter Lock. It took a ton of work, finally figured it out. And to me, that's what made Magic so addicting, is that it was like this puzzle, and it was super frustrating, to the point of like flipping tables frustrated over losing to this stupid Scepter Lock deck over and over. So I finally figured it out, and then like a couple weeks later he shows up with Stasis Lock, which happened to not lose to the same thing. So I lost a bunch of games to my lands getting tapped down, eventually figured out a way to work around that, and ever since then I have just loved unfair Magic. So it's kind of been my introduction to Magic was just super unfair things. Can I play Green-Red Panza on stream sometime? Yeah. I think we played it a long time ago, but I'd do it again. Can I build a Slumbering Tora deck sometime in the future? Hang on. Looking up Slumbering Tora. I kind of know what it does. You cast a Spirit and it becomes a thing and stuff. Or you discard a Spirit or Arcane, becomes an XX artifact. Okay. Yeah, I might be able to do that. Man, hopefully this is going to be a good Blessed Alliance. Play a Swamp, pass the turn. We have not drawn any Planeswalkers, but we're keeping alive. That is true. I agree with that assessment of Blood Moon. I know other people that do not agree with that, but I do agree. Giant Monster Game just made a Slumbering Tora deck, and it's kind of sweet. It sounds kind of sweet. Well, oh man, are we going to get negated? Well, if we get negated, we get negated. Gain 4 life, opponent sacks a Bristling Hydra. Kill target Bristling Hydra. What would you think about Price of Progress in Modern Standard? No. No, 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 no. No, no, no. No, please God, no. This is Weisiger's Stew. The song is called Factory Time. More Bristling Hydras. Come on, Oath of Liliana. Gideon, we can't cast. Alright, pass the turn. Oh man, let's not start that again. It does sound like Mega Man. It's not Mega Man though, it just sounds like that. Opponent bristles in. Pumps. Pumps. Yep. Well, I guess we have to ruin his path to make our opponent pump. And just try to eat through their energy somehow. I don't think it's going to work. Price is different than Blood Moon. Why only 4 Eidolons and no Vendurian Enchantresses in the budget deck? I've never been a big fan of Vendurian Enchantress. It's not an enchantment itself. It dies to literal everything. Not that Eidolon is much better as far as that's concerned, but... Ah! Give us white mana or give us death. And it looks like we're going to get death. Oh, man. This Fumigate going to die in our hand. This has been awkward. Sometimes we get punished by drawing all those tap duels. This time it's the opposite. Tireless Tracker. Well, I mean, no sense in even killing it. It's basically... we either draw a planes. Literal planes. Ugh. Literal planes or we lose. Odds are not really in favor of that. Anguish Unmaking. Grasp of Darkness. I guess that gives us more outs, but we're at 1 life. So, Anguished Unmaking. Opponent. Oh, double. Oh, okay. I guess this works as well. Eh, fair enough. Well, we died to our own Anguish Unmaking. Just did not draw white mana. And there was no planes on top. Alright. On to game 3. Yeah, I mean, we lose the shock. I think we had more... Oh, Champions Duel was so bad. I think we had more outs that way. Yeah, we got by the shock, which, whatever. But I think that's how we had the most outs. Grass wouldn't kill it, though, unfortunately. This is Visager, the music artist. Visager, something like that. Bring back Seething Song so I can use Volcanic Awakening. Yeah, the good old Storm Land Destruction. Ooh, Glare of Subdual does sound pretty sweet. Opponents trying to figure out their sideboard. I feel like this is a good matchup for us. We just have a lot of things that line up really well with what our opponent's doing. We are very good at getting one-landers. Alright, I guess we try this. So many one-landers. Well, our opponent's going to 4, so we can't really complain. We'll keep Forsaken Sanctuary. But we do have 26 lands in this deck. Pestered. Grasp the turn before, and when they pump, you respond with Anguish when they can't pump again. They had enough... their creature was big enough that Grasp wouldn't kill it. It was already had enough toughness that Grasp wouldn't be lethal for the creature. Yeah, there has not been as many Planeswalkers as I was hoping. Instead, we're more just like trying to grind out games. We'll take Brawler for our opponent. Well, let's wait one more turn, see what our opponent does. Hopefully we can just Flaying Tendrils 2 things next turn, and that would be pretty sweet. Opponent brawls in 4/4, most likely. Yeah, we've had, I think that's our third one-lander we've had to mulligan. I'm telling ya, I got the anti-LSV luck. Play a 2-drop. Alright. That doesn't work. Okay, so I guess we have to Anguish Unmaking. We have a new subscriber, Tail Feathers, 3 months in a row. Welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. Flaying Tendrils, Blood Moon story I have is I was at GP Indy this past year in round 1 playing Goblin Storm against Infect. I was in round 3. I used Probe, see my opponent's hand. They had a turn 3 hand. She was so happy I decided to just storm off and see where it would lead. And lo and behold, I ended up turn 1 Blood Moon and locked her out of the game. That sounds pretty awesome. Well, let's Thraben Inspector. If we ever find a land to just play a Gideon. Thraben Inspector. Crack a Clue. Well, Fatal Push is a card, not a land card. Opponent not hitting their land drops. Neither are we. the old double land screw game. Not much magic going on here, folks. Servant of the Conduit. Sorry, opponent. We're going to Fatal Push that. We can't let you have the mana. Not a land, but we have double Oath of Liliana. I don't know how our opponent can kill us through this ad, but Thraben Inspector is the slowest of slow when it comes to clocks. Uh-oh, third land. Oh, dear. Oh, man. That card beats me. Land, please. Okay, well, if we're not going to draw land, we want a Liliana. Liliana is pretty reasonable. We might be able to just Liliana all the way to Ultimate here. That might be what we're doing. I think Oath is too valuable to waste against the Hydra. I don't think we can give up a Edict effect just to make a zombie. Opponent gets to scry. Narut, 2 months in a row. Welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. There's the Hydra. Opponent can't draw off it, though. And our Thraben clock is still getting there, ever so slowly. Alright, opponent passes. Not a land. Deck. Deck. Well, Oath of Liliana. Kill Bristling Hydra. Deck. We have 26 lands. That means we have 23 left out of our 45 cards deck. Where are they? Where are they? Pump up Liliana. Yeah, there's been tests on the Moto Shuffler, though, and it seems to actually be correct, although sometimes it feels odd. Chembeto, greetings from Panama, 5 months in a row. Well, greetings from the U.S., and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. Opponent scries to the bottom. Thraben, still getting there. 16 more turns of this, and we got him. Man, a land here would be sweet. Oh! Yep. Do they have? We're gonna not attack. They could have Lath New Helion, and I don't want to. If we ultimate Liliana, we win. Doing pretty good, your Uncle Sam. Grinding away standard. We're getting to the discard to hand size point of the game. There's a Servant of the Conduit. Opponent draws a card. Yup. Come on, Liliana, you can do it. You can do it, Liliana. There's a better chance Lily can do it than Thraben. Oh my lord. Well, take up Liliana. What do we do? Do we Ruinous Path? The problem is, how do we lose if we Oath? Land, Shock, Bristling Hydra, never draw land. Alright, we'll Oath, I guess. Oath is safest. And make sure we don't get got by Ruinous Path. Sooner or later, we gotta draw lands. I mean, it's gotta happen. We have 23 left in our deck, so we gotta find them sooner or later. And maybe our opponent doesn't have Shock, and we just ultimate Liliana and win. There's the Shock. So no ultimate for us yet, and we used our answer to the Hydra. Are we really just going to start discarding the hand size? Is that what is happening with this game? Opponent scribes to the bottom. I know, we're going to draw a Forsaken Sanctuary for our last land. Or our next land. That much I can guarantee you. Because there's no other way. This Long Tusk Cup is going to be huge. Opponent. Tune with Ether. Gets a land. I mean, we're slipping because we haven't drawn a land. It's turn 11. What's the best plan here? Apostolarin, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. So, take up on Long Tusk Cub. Yeah, I guess we just Gideon double token. Play a Gideon. Make a 2/2. Pass the turn. Eventually we're going to get to Fumigate. It's going to happen. We're going to draw a ton of lands in a row now. Gonti is a little risky. Like, there's still some worry that they make this thing huge. They have 10 energy and use pump spells to kill us. That's where we're kind of worried now. That was a lot of turns without getting to land number 4. Many turns. Yeah, you can, if they're Magic-related links, you're more than welcome to post them. I'm very sleuthy. Tribal keyword for Clash. I guess we can just start ultimating Gideons and playing Gideons and making more tokens. That seems reasonable if we don't draw lands. Question, do you ever take user-submitted decks? So people email me decks, and I try to look at them and try to get back to them. But, I don't play them very often. Not that it's impossible that we would ever play them, but... Opponent's going after Liliana. Actually, maybe we just let it go. Yeah, let's... Yeah, let's let it go. If our opponent wants to spend all their energy killing Liliana, that's fine. I think we get pretty blown out if we triple block. And Gideon, if we're going to start embleming Gideons, the more creatures we have on the battlefield, the better, obviously. And I think that might be our plan. So there's the pump. We have a new subscriber, Sarkin the Bad. Welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. So opponent pumps, pumps, pumps. I mean, to really kill Liliana, they're still going to have to use a pump spell. And they're going to empty all their energy. And then we're just going to have a massive board next turn. I was playing 45 of this card, the cards in a deck a year ago. White-black creatureless control. Sweet. Oh, I wish we had a Live Fast or a Scumble to Temptation. Alright, there's Invigorated Rampage. So Liliana is down. Yep. I think we're still in really good shape, though, now that we finally got our land. So no Liliana. Opponent. Only 2 energy. Voltaic Brawler. Draws a card. I mean, the other thing is, we could also just draw an untapped land and Fumigate, and that's even better. If that happens, we'd be fine with that. Oh, like a week ago. We're 1-2, about to go 2-2, I think. So land is nice. We're just in good shape regardless, I think. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to shovel at some point. We have a lot of snow here, and it's still pretty nasty out. We're also might have an opponent timing out again. Every opponent we've played has been close to timing out, it feels like, on this stream. Alright, shocks our face? Oh, shocks Gideon. How do they know to do that? Well, that's fine. So let's just attack with everything. Opponent takes it. Now we fumigate. Clear the board. Make another token. And now things are looking pretty good. Pretty good. Oh, we could still get a treasure chest out of this. This crazy grindy league. Yeah, Momir seems very unlikely tonight. We're going to be way longer than most streams already. But hopefully Thursday we'll find some Momir. Voltaic Brawler. Opponent draws a card. Lifecrafter's Bestiary is awesome. I need to build a standard Bestiary deck, because I really like this card. It's like a Thassa that draws you cards over and over again. Yeah, I don't know how much snow we have out there, but it's quite a bit. Hey, I'd love to see white-black vampires TPD. Opponent passes. Well, let's play a Gonti. Steal something from our opponent's deck. Blossoming Defense isn't bad. And we might as well start attacking with Gideon, I guess. Try to close out this game. Bestiary, Paradox Engine, Cryptolithrites. Yeah, that's a pretty sweet combo. Ooh, and Improvise. Good call. Opponent's down to 4. And we have this sneaky Blossoming Defense for next turn. Alright. Or this turn. Ha-ha! Gotcha! Oh, sorry, opponent. We have your Blossoming Defense. Pokedex? Wait, where's the vampire deck? Oh, there it is. I missed it. Oh, that looks fun. Larger than life. 1 card in hand. Is our opponent just dealing some damage on their way out the door? Goes attacking. Pays energy. Oh, they're going to kill our Gideon? Okay. Well, he probably shouldn't have blocked then. Oh, well. I don't think it really matters. Get in with our knight. Play a Gideon. Make a token. Get another token. And I think we got there. Wow, this has been quite the league. This has been something else. Heroes Downfall reprint would be great. Got the GGs. All right. On to the last round of our league. The longest league we've had in a long time. So here we go. We could still sneak out of this with a treasure chest. If we can get a win here, we get a treasure chest. Grinding our way to a chest. All right. Here it is. Last round. SaffronOlive at mtggoldfish.com is my email. Yep. If it's Dynavolt Tower, I'm probably going to scoop. I don't think we can keep this. Alright. This is roughly the same, but we'll try it. Grasp has got to go to the bottom. We might have... Oh, no! No! Oh, okay. It's 4-color Copycat. So, 2 Copycats, 2 Towers, 1 Energy. Do I think a new Gideon or Lily being printed will be better or worse than the current we have in print? Well, hopefully they are worse. Especially Gideon. Gideon is very likely too good. Or at least right on the precipice of too good. If it's not too good, it's close to being too good. Yeah, I've checked out the Thopter Sword decks. I like the Thopter Sword decks in Modern. Well, Anguish, Unmaking, and Grasp are good combo answers. Opponent has the Rogue Refiner. Yep. Well, play the tap land, pass the turn. Opponent can't combo off this turn. Could Dynavolt Tower run Thermo Alchemist? You could probably give it a try. I think those are the Planeswalker decks, Liliana and Gideon, though. I'm pretty sure. I don't think they're the set versions. Unless I could be mistaken, but I don't think they are. There's Felidar Guardian. Going to blink Rogue Refiner. Now we actually can't play anything, or else we die. So play this. There's no counters in the main deck of this deck, right? No worries about that. Yeah, I don't think so. So let's just pass the turn. Start killing stuff. Will I ever stream Affinity? It's possible. But it's not really my style. But there could be a way I somehow get talked into it. Or forced into it. Opponent gets in. Yep. Down to 13. This deck is really good. Chandra, super bad for us. Oh, Walking Ballista. Okay. So now we kill Felidar Guardian. Play a Plains, play a Gonti. Hopefully steal something good from our opponent's deck. Ooh. Well, Archangel Avacyn is pretty good. That's a good one. Archangel Avacyn should maybe be an R deck. I have not. We have a Commander Clash tomorrow, Tail Feathers, so I will try to talk to them tomorrow when we record Commander Clash. If Richard knocked down my door midstream and said, play... play Infector, I'd fire you. That would be a hard choice. I'm not sure. Maybe. Yeah, Avacyn's a good one. I'm happy with that. Another Felidar Guardian. Card so good. So powerful. Blinks Oath Anissa. So, at least now, because of this Avacyn, we get to just leave up our mana. Oh. Man, I would love to Sorin. I think we just gotta pass. Pass. If our opponent goes to combat, we'll just Avacyn, eat Felidar Guardian. If they try to combo, we can Anguish Unmaking to fizzle it. That's true, Wintermaster. It would be a tough decision, but in fact, hopefully it never comes to that. What's my favorite commander? Alright. Let's Avacyn. Opponent has Harness Lightning. Boo. This is awkward. We can't really do anything. But we can't keep not doing anything or we're going to lose. Man, this deck is, even when it's not comboing, it is very much like Splinter Twin was in Modern, where it's a good enough deck on its own that you don't even have to combo. Like, we got to be pretty close to the point where you can sideboard out the combo. We're pretty close to that. Because it's not even the combo, it's just the threat of the combo. It has such a huge impact on how you have to play. Like, we can't tap out and play our stuff because we could just die to the combo. But if we don't tap out and play our stuff, then we just lose to Whirler Virtuosos and all the card draw and all that stuff. Can I make a Jank or Tank t-shirt? Sounds kind of funny. I do like Teferi. There's Saheeli Rai. Copies Whirler Virtuoso. And now we're just going to die to this. I guess we could draw a Fumigate off the top and have some slight chance. If we don't draw a Fumigate, I think we just scoop. Anguish Unmaking is good, but also very painful. Another Whirler Virtuoso. Well, here it is. Fumigate or bust right now. Not Fumigate. Alright. Yep, that's standard. Okay. So Authority of the Consuls comes in. Lost Legacy comes in. Maybe a couple Transgress the Minds. I guess we can go down a couple Fatal Pushes aren't very good. Fragmentize is bad. Blessed Alliance is bad. Probably something like this. Let's try it like that. I mean, Splinter Twin is better. I think we gotta play Lost Legacy. At least that removes the threat of the combo. Yeah, maybe it's wrong to bring in Lost Legacy. Well, we have Authority, so that helps with the combo. Oh, Vindicate. I miss Vindicate. Well, Shambling Vents, goo. Evolving Wilds for our opponent. Well, play Authority. Hopefully we get another Black Source. Plains and go. There's a mountain. Any interest in the blue-black summonings list I played at GP New Jersey? Well, I do love summonings, sure. I'd love to see what it looks like. How did you do at GP Jersey? Oh boy. We really need black mana. Oh no! Oh, the daggers. The basic planes. We've had a surprising amount of mana troubles with this deck, which is kind of crazy. Our mana costs are intense, but we have just had all kinds of weird running with this deck. Whirler Virtuoso draws our opponent a card. Maybe our opponent sideboarded out the combo. I wonder if that's really a thing that's happening at this point. Opponent passes. We can't cast anything. Pass the turn. Like, we've had so many one-landers that we've had to mulligan, and we've had multiple times where we've just been in this scenario where we just haven't been able to play Magic for a really long period of time. That's a good point. Lots of intense mana costs in this deck, and that is sort of traditional. We don't really have a way to do anything right now. Land for our opponent. If this is Chandra, Walking Ballista. Draws our opponent a card. Alright. Can't play anything. Pass the turn. Yeah, I've noticed that. I think this deck needs Scumble 2 Temptation or something. Like, it doesn't run smoothly. Like, it's got a lot of interesting pieces, and it can obviously win some games, but we've had so many games where we just run really poorly, and the deck doesn't really have... Oh, yeah. This one's over. It doesn't really have anything we can do to smooth it out, so... Well, I mean, land off the top, untap land, would be pretty good. Alright, that's a swamp. I guess we will sort of be able to play Magic, so Fumigate. We'll see. I mean, that's something. Is it going to be enough? I am not very sure. Opponent still has a Chandra. And... So this, like, if this was just a normal mid-range deck, we'd feel, like, sort of good about that. But our opponent still could literally just win the game right here. Oath. Rogue Refiner. Draws our opponent more cards. Takes up Ether Hub. Wait. What did... Did they just play the Ether Hub with Chandra? That's what I'm trying to figure out. That's why I went all silent there. That looks like what happened. They ticked up Chandra, reveal zone Ether Hub, play Ether Hub? Okay. Well, I guess I'll have to report that at some point, because that's definitely a bug. We didn't lose life, and they played Ether Hub. Huh. Okay. Just wanted to confirm. So, Blighted Fen. Play Sorin. Kill Chandra, yes. Interesting. That's a new bug that I have not seen before. Pass the turn. Well, Ether Hub is in the revealed zone, though, which I guess I can ask the opponent. See if they answer. Oh, I'm always finding bugs on Moto. Well, we're still trying to confirm. Oh, it's just another one, and I'm... Wait, but we didn't lose life, though. We didn't lose any life. Our opponent said the Ether Hub was from Chandra. So, I don't know. I mean, one way or another, there was a bug. I don't think we lost life. Really? So this is all just working correctly and I'm confused for no reason? Okay. Another genre. Huh. Well, alright, maybe there was no bug and I'm just totally misunderstanding the situation. Chandra ticks up. So he must have just exiled an Ether Hub and then cast another one from his hand immediately. Alright, well, I guess we Gonti. Take a Oath of Nissa. Play Oath of Nissa. Might actually help us cast our Planeswalkers, as funny as that sounds. And now we get no card. I do not understand what's happening. Modern on Thursday, I think, for the next stream. I'm very confused as to why we don't... Sky Sovereign. Yeah, things are looking pretty over. Opponent gets in for $1 million. Ticks up Chandra. Walking Ballista. Well, I mean, we get to Fumigate again. I don't even know why we're still fighting this battle. I don't think we can win it. I'm starting to think our opponent might not have Saheeli's in their deck. That is very Splinter Twin-like. Blue is definitely my favorite color in mana. I am not sure why we didn't get a land. Apparently I clicked wrong, but I don't know what I clicked. I thought I clicked on a land, but then all the cards went to the bottom of our deck, so... Opponent gets a Felidar Guardian, does some blinking, draws another card. Did I miss someone asking me something? Blinks Oath of Nissa. Do I have a favorite card? Oh, man. Probably Stasis, I guess. Blood Moon, maybe. Blood Moon, yeah, probably Blood Moon. Although I do also love Stasis. Whirler Virtuoso. Gains us a life. Alright. Good game, good game. Opponent can ultimate Chandra, and there's no winning through that. So, wow. So we finished our league 2-3. Not very exciting. Maybe saw some weird bugs and stuff. More exciting. So, interesting. Played a lot of super incredibly grindy matches. And, yeah, I mean... The deck seems fine. If you decide to play this deck, it just did not run smoothly. And some of that might be my luck. There were also misclicks, but I think you need to find a way to have like Painful Truce or Scumble to Temptation or something just to cycle through your deck, because a lot of our problems came from just really clunky running. And the other thing we learned, which is probably already obvious, but the 4-color copycat deck is pretty absurd. So If you're gonna go try to win a tournament, Mardu or Copycat, take one of those two is I think the deck to be for the time being. But anyway, I think that does it for tonight. So 2 and 3, no Momir tonight because we already had a super long league. But let's see, reminder time. Of course, the replay YouTube is where you can go back and watch the stream. If you want to see if there were bugs or if those were punts or what happened, you can check it out on the MTG Goldfish or replay YouTube channel. The normal YouTube channel has Commander Clash on Friday, has Against the Odds with Zur the Enchanter coming out tomorrow night. And the merch page is where you can find stuff to support the channel and the site. So anyway, everyone, I think that wraps it up for tonight. It was fun-ish. Standard is not super exciting for me right now, but the deck seemed cool. If you play it, throw some card draw in there, and I think it'll run a lot better. It seems like it has potential, but I'm just not convinced that anything can keep up with the big three decks in the format. So, Commander Clash this Friday is what is this one? Oh, Modern Masters, I believe. Modern Masters 2017 Commanders is the Commander Clash on Fridays. So anyway, thanks for hanging out, everyone. We'll be back on Thursday with another one. Probably play some Modern on Thursday, and then probably some Modern Masters 2017 Limited next week. So anyway, have a great night, everyone. Thanks for hanging out, and I will talk to you soon.